Hello and welcome to our Canaway Hemp Revolution call. And this is our hangout this evening with the women of Canaway. So we want to thank each and every one of you for joining us this evening. My name is Robin Blank Mascari from Bozeman, Montana. We have several fabulous women on the line to share with you some wonderful wisdom about what we're talking about here with Canaway. And we also want to welcome the guests, those of you that are here to learn a little bit more about this movement, the Canaway movement that's going on. So a little bit about me. I come from a background of corporate training. I got introduced to network marketing about 15 years ago when someone shared a product that literally changed my life. And I think for many of us, we know as women, we naturally are wired to share. That's our wiring. So I had great results with this product. I shared. Checks started coming in. I figured I better learn about this business. And every month my checks were doubling. And before I knew it, I had this life-changing income and lifestyle that is to dream about. And something I learned a long time ago from one of my mentors is once you fall in love with this profession, there is no known cure. So I warn you ahead of time. And this evening we have several wonderful people, and we're going to go through and have each one of them share a little bit about their background. I was in corporate training and development and leadership and personal development. I was blessed to be part of the team that helped launch the 7 Habits book. Got to work with Stephen Covey in the very early days and teach the 7 Habits every week for many, many years. So it has blessed me many, many times over. And Stephen Covey quotes fall out of my mouth, so I'll warn you ahead of time. I lived in San Diego at the time, so I'm thrilled that the company's in San Diego. And this evening we have quite a wonderful collection of women to share with you. And so I'd like to start out and kind of go through our panel and have each one introduce themselves a little bit about their background. And then we'll ask some more questions. So I think we'll start with Chris. And Chris actually is also in Montana. So I love that. And Chris and I just recently met. She's known my husband for a long time. But Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself and what your background is, please.
Well, I'm a grandmother of 4, and I've been in network marketing for over 30 years. I'm also a writer, copywriter. I have a master's certificate in NLP and hypnotherapy, and I also do remote viewing. And that's pretty much what I do, is marketing online and also public relations online. So that's what I do, and I'm very excited about Canaway.
Well, we're going to hear a little bit more about why you chose Canaway in a few minutes. Thank you so much, Chris. So next we'd like to hear from Dr. Debbie, and I've known Dr. Debbie for many years and have been a patient of hers and a devotee of hers because her depth and breadth of wisdom goes far and wide, especially in the world of healing and plant-based medicine. So Dr. Debbie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I've been an alternative practitioner, chiropractor, a homeopath, functional medicine, which means I treat the cause, not the disease, not the symptom, for 18 years. And my passion is to empower people and give them natural products so that they can have optimal health. And I'm so excited to be a part of Canaway and be able to offer this product.
Wonderful. And you've been involved in network marketing before, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
off and on for about maybe, what, 8 years, something like that.
Okay. And why do you use the vehicle of network marketing?
Well, because I always have loved the fact that when you share things with people, I love sharing with people. I mean, I'm always sharing everything I know, all my knowledge, and it's such a great way to share wonderful things with friends, patients, everybody, community, and it's such a great vehicle. So that's why I love it so much. It's a community, and I love that.
Wonderful. Well, we're going to ask you some more specific questions about this plant that we're dealing with here that's creating this movement in a few minutes. So thank you, Dr. Debbie. So I'm moving through the line here, and now we have Linda Duffy, who's got a headset on. And Linda, why don't you tell people of our audience a little bit about yourself, your background in both worlds that you live in?
Yeah, I probably live in more than 2, but you know, because we're all multidimensional beings. But in this particular planet, I've been what you would call network marketing for over 30 years, and I've been in real estate for just as long. And the thing I like about networking is that you own your own business. It's up to you. You're your own boss. You can share really great information or products with whomever you want. You can help the world be a better place. And I really started that out when I was like around 7 or 8 years old, shoveling snow, and got my own business going. And I've been independent ever since. So it just kind of, it feels good. This is I got to tell you, this is the only company that, and I've been doing this for a while, that very few, I mean very few of the people I talked to did not want to hear about this or get involved right away, including my family members. So
oh boy. You know it's something special when the family's open, don't you?
Yes, yes.
That's great. And you also are a singer. I didn't hear you talk about that.
Yeah, I've been singing since I came out of the womb, but I'm a professional performer, singer. I've done theater and jingles, and right now I'm in one band and creating a couple more, and singing is my life. I mean, I also do Reiki healing, and I've been in the healing arts for a long, long time. So when you talked about hemp oil to me, my ears just became so open. I wanted to hear more about that because I know about being in Oregon, the medical marijuana situation, and my bouts with certain pains and aches and what it needs to have that settle down without pharmaceutical drugs that'll take their different positions in the body too. So.
Well, thank you, Linda. And a special new friend to me who's becoming quite a star in our business, Nicole is with us from Chicago, and you've got a fabulous background to share with us. So why don't you let us know a little bit about yourself, Nicole?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Nicole, out of Chicago, and I'm a mother of 7. I'm a caretaker. My oldest daughter, she has cerebral palsy. So I have to be home. There is no working anywhere else but home because I have to be here for my children. My background is in cosmetology as well as alternative healing. I worked very closely with my mother in network marketing as well as the alternative healing, energy healing aspect. Like I was sharing earlier that I was the hired kid for tax purposes in network marketing. So, since the 80s. So this is all I know, really. All I know is how to, work for myself, be an entrepreneur, share, build relationships. So and Canaway came along and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is divine. It's very divine. So I am so glad to be here.
Oh, it's so wonderful to be here. You shared something earlier when we were talking, Nicole, about your mother. And would you share a little bit about, when you saw her at her happiest?
Yes. Now, my mother, she was a teacher, in the CPS school system. And, I mean, that's what she does. She teaches. But when she started, in this industry in network marketing, I mean, because I'm a feeler. I feel my environment, energies, and everything around me. I felt her, and she felt light. She felt happy. I mean, it was just, I can't even describe the feeling that I felt from her when she was, doing things on her own terms and her own time, and I mean, I just saw a whole new person, like a butterfly, like when they're in the cocoon and then they just spread their wings and fly. And I mean, it was just that, I made my decision that I am going to work for myself. And network marketing, when it came along for me, because being the hired kid, that's my mom's experience. And then, me working in it, but then I had to take on my own experience with it. But it was just the perfect fit and the perfect way to go. So when I guess as a child at that time, seeing your parent be that happy and joyous, because they are doing something that they love and they're passionate about. I mean, that is very, very important for your children to see, because it was very important for me, and that's why I'm here today.
That's so beautiful. And now your 7 children get to watch you be happy. And sometimes we forget how we are modeling for our children, whether we're conscious of it or not. And when we're happy, they see, wow, I want to be like that. And how
Exactly.
blessed you are to have grown up with this wonderful profession and be the hired hand. And there are tax advantages to hiring your children. So let's move a little bit into the topic at hand, because what we're talking about here is a movement. It's a movement based on a very, very special plant named hemp. And did you know that one of the most remarkable and beneficial plants on the planet has been largely kept a secret and hidden from you, even though it was foundational not only to the economy of our nation, but of civilization, with documented uses dating back over 9,000 years. I invite everyone to look up the history of hemp. I did that when I first got involved. I was so amazed. In fact, our founding fathers like George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson actually cultivated hemp for its broad and diverse uses, and even used it in place of money as a medium of exchange. Even the first draft of the Declaration of Independence was written on hemp. And would it surprise you to know that PubMed, a service of the U.S. government agency, National Institute of Health, has already indexed over 1,100 peer-reviewed papers documenting the clinical research and significant health benefits of this plant? So I want to ask, Dr. Debbie and Chris to share a little bit about their insights about this amazing plant. So Chris, do you want to go first and talk a little bit about the plant itself and your experience?
Sure. Well, I could talk about when I was going through radiation out in California. I went out there for the winter of 2012, and thank God my daughter had a house in Malibu she let us use. But anyway, I had to go up to UCLA to Westwood, and I started radiation, and I'd already had chemo, which, in hindsight, I kind of wish I hadn't done either one. But at any rate, I was deathly sick from the radiation. I've never been so sick in my life. And this friend of my daughter's used to make me these special brownies. And with the anti-nausea medication, which wasn't really working, the addition to the brownies, which I would cut in fourths and have it throughout the day, really helped with the nausea a lot. So medically speaking and health-wise, it's just undeniable that it's useful. Plus, it helped with knee pain and just all kinds of things. But on the level where you were talking about an industrial hemp, let's kind of take trees, for instance. Trees take decades to mature, and industrial hemp takes 100 days. And our earth truly has been raped for centuries. Our forests, they're disappearing, the rainforest is ravaged, and seriously, what is it for? And it's for wood. And there's always nothing wood can do that hemp can't. And hemp yields 2 to 4 times the fiber per acre as wood. And also the fashion industry. Hemp material, it lasts for decades. My husband has a hemp shirt actually, and its breathability, cotton, unlike hemp, requires hundreds of pounds of expensive fertilizers, herbicides, and pesticides per acre, and hemp fields are chemical free, and hemp doesn't deplete the soil. So it's kind of a no-brainer. And what I was thinking of, tobacco farmers, they were talking about how if people start drinking or start using hemp, then tobacco will go away. Well, why not grow hemp? Because new industries can be built with sustainable hemp.
So what I'm hearing you saying, it's good for the earth.
Absolutely.
It actually feeds
Absolutely.
the soil instead of depletes it. It's good for our bodies. It's good for our health. It's good for all kinds of things. And apparently you wrote a fun article a while ago, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Why don't you talk about that?
Okay, well, it was quite a while ago, but it was called "Please Don't Arrest Me, Officer, I'm Just Growing a Dress." It was about industrial hemp. Because hemp, you can't smoke industrial hemp. You'll just get a headache. And what I was talking about in the article was basically part of what I was just discussing, but also we can write on hemp paper, wear hemp clothing, eat hemp oil, and even Dr. Andrew Weil, who I know most people have heard of him. He's a University of Arizona Medical College professor and totally an alternative medicine advocate. He prescribes hemp oil to patients with autoimmunity and skin diseases, and really believed at the time I wrote this that the American government should give access to people to this healthful product.
Wow. How many years ago was that, Chris?
Oh my gosh, 1998.
1998. And so it took until last month when Obama signed the Farm Bill, which is allowing us to grow hemp again in our country. It got outlawed back in the 30s, and it was quite the interesting propaganda that we got fed, because there were some large financial people that didn't like the idea that hemp was better than paper or better than fuel. And for those of you that haven't seen this book yet, it's called The Emperor Wears No Clothes, How Hemp Can Save the World. And on page 85, it says, hemp is the only biomass source available that is capable of making the U.S. energy independent. So there's so many dimensions of this plant, all those things Chris talked about, and so much more. 25,000 products can be made from this, and the sustainability is something that a lot of us need to know about right now, and that's why we have this movement revolved around the plant hemp. So thank you so much, Chris. And Dr. Debbie, you want to share a little bit more?
Sure. I know there's been some questions about people say marijuana, hemp. Let's clarify. Marijuana and hemp are the same plant. There are only differences in the content of the chemicals that we are wanting to use and have available to us. There's a percentage difference. So if you have industrial hemp, it is not going to be grown for the psychoactive effect. So it's a hemp plant. And we have hemp oil, so it's a hemp plant. There marijuana, there are many different strains. It's still the same, but it has different levels of THC. That's the only difference. Okay?
Okay, so they're like cousins, and they're both cannabis.
Right.
And they have different chemicals in them that have different effects. And there's a lot of confusion.
Right.
The confusion was intentional in the 30s when Reefer Madness came out to get people confused, and there's still a lot of confusion out there.
Correct. So it's like having different, let's say, peach trees, okay, or different tomato plants. They all have different aspects that they're going to bring out. And so what we have here is a hemp plant that has been bred to only have cannabidiol, more cannabidiol than anything else, so it's more beneficial to you. And you can use it for clothes, the fiber. You can use it for paper, for plastic bags. There's so many uses for the entire plant, and we can make full use of it. And so people need to get away from all the drug marijuana things. We're dealing with hemp. It's a plant that has many uses, just like a tomato plant, just like a peach plant, just like a peach tree, or like an oregano plant. Many different ways we can use it. It's food, so we get to use it as food, and we get to get the benefits that it's going to provide. And everybody's going to have different benefits. We're all very different. You know, when you take vitamin C, it affects you different than when I take vitamin C. Same thing. So it's the same thing. And then I also wanted to address this issue about the hidden thing. You know, has been hidden. It has been, there's a lot of fear around this. But even the U.S. government, who says that, there's been no use for medicinal purposes, has a patent on medicinal things, and they've hidden it. They're saying it doesn't exist, and yet they have one. So, we don't want to worry about that. We want to worry about the fact that we have hemp oil that we can use freely for our benefit, and it's food, and it's like any other supplement that you would sell or want to have in your arsenal of, medicinally helpful, food-oriented supplements. That's what we have here. It's so beautiful.
That's beautiful, Debbie. Thank you, Dr. Debbie. So any of the rest of you want to share anything about the hemp plant from your experience? Okay. Well, let's move a little bit.
I would like to say something.
Oh,
Rob.
please, Linda. Go for it.
plant, and it's been a recent experience. And it's hemp hearts, and I've got them in my diet now. And I take, I was feeling funky the other day and took a tablespoonful, and within seconds, it did what my body. It's kind of like that old commercial where they had that shampoo that goes to your hair and goes and seeks out whatever your hair is missing, and it just felt like whatever I was missing at the time, and I just felt complete. So I'm eating it now. I gave it to my daughter. I supplement my puppies with it, and I just think that I'm just excited that we're going to be bringing so many more wonderful products with this God-given plant, and I know that that's the truth. I know it is. God-given plant, yes. So I'm excited about this company, and I also like the idea of being able to have the vapor in my body to go to the places it needs to go to, and then my body is miraculous and does what it needs to do, but it may be missing some things at times. I know it does. So anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And again, I invite everyone to do your own research. There's a great website called My CBD Research, cat, boy, dog, mycbdresearch.com, and just start researching hemp and CBD and watch what happens, because I think you'll be in awe of so many different things that will show up. I certainly was. I thought I knew some, but boy, I realized I hardly knew anything. And now I'm gobbling up this book because I am learning. This is a great book to learn about the history of the plant, the value of the plant, where we are right now, which is truly a movement. And it's kind of like the media has come together. We've reached a tipping point where the public awareness is so heightened, and the media is being so supportive of really bringing into awareness of something that we really need for our bodies, for our economy, and for the planet. And so let's talk a little bit about Canaway, because the good news is you who are here right now watching and listening and learning about Canaway are among the very first in America to learn about this as a business, this is an opportunity, this is a movement. And I know several people are, they hear the word hemp and MLM, they're in. They hear a movement, they want to support it. So whatever the reason is for you, I want to ask our women on our panel, why is it that you are personally excited, and why did you join Canaway? What is your reason behind that? So why don't we go from youngest to, and you know who that is, Nicole. So why don't you start off and talk about why you're so excited about Canaway as a business and as an opportunity and as a movement?
Okay, well, first, let me start off by saying how I even came across Canaway. It was the most amazing thing to me. I was actually online on Sunday. I take my time to go ahead and do my posting on, schedule my Facebook posting for my business, because I homeschool and I don't get to my computer until later on in the day. So as I'm scrolling through, for some reason, I happened to start going to something where it was like a gold page about gold. On that page, I saw a hemp leaf, I saw the word hemp, and I saw the word MLM in the same sentence. And I turned around to my husband because he was sitting next to me. I said, "Do you see this?" And he looked, and I said, "You know what? I'll talk about it with you later. Let me do this." And I'm the one that, I need to find out who I'm joining, something with and all of that kind of stuff. And at that point, it didn't even matter. It could have been the devil. I was about to join because I saw that. And so I joined, and then I copied and pasted what I saw, and I put it on my Facebook page. I said, I came across this and said, wow. That was my post. And 3 seconds later, my eldest son, he's in college. He's 22 years old. He's in college. He commented on the post and said, "Ma, what's this?" As I was texting him, he called me. And then, and it was just like it just, the momentum, everything just picked up from there, and it has been going full force ever since. My son is on board, my husband is on board, my brother is on board. I mean, it's like a family affair that's going on here. Whereas before, it's like I'm hounding family and trying to let them know what I'm doing and all that kind of stuff. And this one, it was no question, because we know about both. We know that MLM is the industry that has created the most millionaires in, short period of time or whatever. However, you do have to work. I don't want to, get that screwed up. And then I know about hemp, and I know about its healing properties, and the many things that it can be used for. So it just made sense to me. It made sense. It was a no-brainer. I didn't make an impulsive decision, but I made a very quick decision and joined, because, and I didn't know anything about it besides that. And afterwards is when I went on to, search CBD and all the other things. And I've just been, I mean, the more I research, the more I find. We have that CNN special that came on last night. It was wonderful. I'm looking forward to using the products with my daughter, because she does have CP. And, I feel that it can only be a benefit for her, because we never really did any of the medicines that they tried to prescribe for her, and always went, an alternative way with supplements and things like that. So I'm just ready to try this, and I'm excited about Canaway. I really am.
Thank you so much, Nicole. And not only are you excited, it sounds like it's magnetic. You're just attracting people, and you get to do this as a family, which is what you grew up with, is
Yes.
the family business. And as a mom, a stay-at-home mom, and homeschooling, and having the freedom and flexibility to do a business that is good for you, is good for your family, shows your kids how happy you are, and you get to do it with your family. How wonderful. So thank you so much. And I hear that you've had some great success, too. You've been sharing a lot, haven't you?
Yes, I've been sharing a lot.
And what's happened because you've shared so much?
I've shared so much, and all of this sharing that I'm doing is on Facebook. I haven't stepped outside of my house yet. I will, but I haven't stepped outside of my house yet with Canaway, and I've just been sharing it. And because of that, I've built a pretty decent team.
Well, congratulations. And it's because this is, as women, we share because when we find something of value, we want people to know. And this movement is something that I personally feel a sense of responsibility to share. And it sounds like you can't not share, can you?
No, I can't. I can't not share. I feel guilty if I don't share.
And so for those of you that are men watching this hangout, just so you know, when working with women, it's our wiring. We come from the place of sharing, and when we find something of value, we will just share. It's not about making money from it. It's just because we feel it's the right thing to do. So when you're talking to women and wanting to work with women, know that it's the mission, it's the movement, it's the contribution to our bodies and to the planet that make a difference for us as women. And Nicole is a beautiful example of that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so Linda, do you want to go next? Why did you choose, why are you excited about Canaway, and why is this a great opportunity for other women?
This little, choosing Canaway. I've been in the healing arts in many, many different ways, healing hands, natural supplements, everything for a long, long time. So I know this works. I haven't had a doctor in my life for a long, long time, so I know this works. And I really am, what Nicole said, it is about sharing, and sharing is caring. There's so many people, and I dare anyone listening to this to say they don't know somebody in pain in some way or another in their life. And it can be their pocketbook too. But pain is prevalent across America. There's all kinds of things going on, that imbalances, diseases that we're fighting, and many doctors say go home and you're going to, it's going to be gone, and this is your timeline. And if none of it is true, it's been a lie fed to us for so long that so many people believe it. And so I think that as women of this planet, yes, we can make a difference by sharing the beautiful benefits and healing properties that can happen with hemp and hemp oil, but also just making sure that you can listen to someone, that they sometimes they just all they need to do is have somebody listen to them for a few minutes, and then you can find out what they need.
Thank you, Linda. And this is a relationship business, and typically as women, we care and nurture those relationships, and Dr. Debbie talked about the community aspect that is such a powerful part, and we have got an amazing community that's welcome to everyone, of any age, of any background, and we're learning together about our different lifestyles, and Linda, you just so embody that so beautifully. Thank you. So I'm just kind of going down the line here, if that's okay, you guys. It helps me keep straight. So Dr. Debbie, why don't you go next, and then we'll have Chris share. What is it about Canaway that has you excited, and why is this a great opportunity for women to join this movement and join this opportunity?
Well, I mean, I'd like to say how it came to me, because it was like, I don't know, it just was meant to be. It came to me through George, and he said, it's not even ready yet. We haven't even launched yet, but look at this, look at that, look at the others. He started sending me videos. And I just cried. I cried at the videos. And I went, oh my God, how can I say no? There's no way I can say no. And then the Farm Bill, and then the legalization, and then all of this other stuff. It's like, it's time. It's the right time. It's the right place. It's the right business. It's the right way to share this. And an opportunity to help so many women in so many ways. It's just, for me, it's a no-brainer.
Thank you so much. And this business model is so great for women, as we heard from Nicole being at home, and Linda with all her diversity, and Dr. Debbie having a full practice. This fits in the life and lifestyle of all of us that really want to make a difference in the world, and that's what's so important for so many of us. And I know for you, Dr. Debbie, sharing the great news of wonderful plants is an important part of your work in the world, isn't it? Thank you.
Sure is.
All right. So, Chris, we'd love to hear from you. A longtime professional networker, very successful in your PR business, and has an amazingly successful family. You probably didn't need one more thing to do, but what is it that called to you to wanting to be part of the Canaway movement and opportunity?
Well, I was IM'd by someone named Gregory Mascari, first of all. And I thought, oh, okay, something, because here's the thing. I've been in it so long, and because I do writing for network marketing companies, I do website text and videos and, compose videos and, write the concept and then write the scripts and blah, blah, blah. So people are always sending me stuff and trying to get me into their business. And the biggest, they always say you have to have passion in something, right? And the most passion I ever had in networking was, well, one of the ones that I really enjoyed, I made a lot of money in, but the most passion I ever felt was when I joined in 1981. I joined a company called A.L. Williams, which eventually became Primerica, which is actually one of the largest financial services companies in America. And I joined, and within 2 years, I was one of the first female vice presidents. And I loved it because it was, we were showing people how to save and make more money and not get ripped off by the insurance industry. So I had, I had a passion for it, but I also, there's a thing called, I can't think of the word now. Anyway, I just have not felt the same passion about anything in a long time. The fruit drinks or energy drinks or whatever anybody would send me, they were great, but I just didn't get that interested in them. And then someone, after Gregory sent it to me, I thought, oh my gosh, because I know how good the products are, and I know what they can do for us, the sustainability of the country and the world, and how they can help your health and also, you know, help the planet. And I thought, you know, this is really something I can get a hold of. And people in the U.S. need income. I mean, let's face it. People in network marketing make more money than anyone else. There's more millionaires in MLM there than any other business, seriously. And logically, the timing is impeccable, you know, because of the farm bill and all that. And the products are relevant. And that's what I like. I said I like something that's relevant and that's something that nobody else has, you know, that be the first there. And I feel that that's where we are. We are on the ground floor of something that I think can be historic. So that's why I joined.
Wow. I love what you said, Chris, passion, because it is the passion behind it. And when you hear from everyone on our panel and so many other people involved with Canaway, there's something more. This isn't just a business opportunity. This isn't just a great product. This is an important movement, and we have got passion to get the news out, to share the great news that has been suppressed for so long. And the relevancy, I love it, because our timing is impeccable, everyone. There's never been a better time because there is a convergence going on. This is a tipping point. And this plant is come of age again, and we get to be the leaders to lead this organized movement with a well-orchestrated, well-funded network marketing company with person-to-person sharing. So we've got a great opportunity here, and especially for women who want more freedom and want more flexibility in lifestyle and truly want to develop, you know, a residual income to have more of that freedom to do the things that are really important in our lives. So I'm thrilled to hear all of you guys share. So do you think we should talk about the products a little bit? What do you think? You guys? Yeah? Okay, let's talk about the products. And just so everyone knows, the company really hasn't launched yet. April 1st is the official launch. We're in a pre-launch phase, and we just were able to purchase 2 products. There's lots more in the pipeline, and we will be the hemp company from everything: for hemp clothing, hemp paper products, hemp health products, hemp food products. And right now we're starting out with 2 products. And have any of you received your products yet? Anyone? Oh, all right, Nicole, would you like to talk about your vape pen?
Oh wow! So this is actually my husband's. Mine hasn't come yet because I have a combo pack, so it should be here tomorrow. But his came a little bit before the hangout, so he was so kind to let me use it before him. Smart man. And so, you know, I'm just sitting here and enjoying it, and it's wonderful. I think I put is this strawberry or is this, I think this is the strawberry one. But it's wonderful. I feel so relaxed. I mean, of course, I homeschool. I'm a mother of 7. I'm a caretaker. And because of Canaway, I haven't slept in 2 weeks. I've taken naps, but I haven't slept because I'm so excited about this. And so to use this right now, I feel really, really good. I do. I feel really, really great.
Fabulous. So just so everyone knows, this is a vaporized pen. It's the first available through a network marketing opportunity. So let's see if I can get it up so everyone can see it. And what Nicole was saying is it has a real wonderful calming effect. And when you do your own research on CBD and get the multitude of benefits that your body is receiving, our bodies, in some of the videos I've watched, we are designed with these endocannabinoid system. It's like a hand in glove, our bodies to receive the benefits from this plant. It has so many, many benefits for our health and well-being. So this is one of the first products, and people are just loving it. It's got a nice light at the end. It's a cartridge that has the oil in it, and it's totally legal to you know, we're not sure if you can smoke them just anywhere, but it's a vape. It's not smoke, and it is providing tremendous benefits to the body. And then the second product we have is a salve. And I do want to give a little testimonial about this salve. My husband and I were moving a lot of our possessions out of one of our rental properties in the last few days, and we were hurting from head to toe. We got to use this salve, and we got tremendous relief, and I'm very thrilled to have this. It's something everyone wants to have in their home, and it is called I can't even read. My glasses aren't even showing me, so I'm sorry about that. Let's see if I have the real full name here. It's the CBD Rich Hemp Oil Salve, and it's with camphor and natural oils. It's designed to gently nourish our skin and soothe minor aches and pains of life. And these two products are available to order right away, and that locks people's position in. And there's a wonderful advantage to getting involved now. And whoever invited you onto this program, you can use their number and go to thebuzzlaunch.com and put their number in and become on board and get your product and lock in your position. There's tremendous benefit to starting earlier the better, right, Nicole? So I'd love to hear from you women. Let's talk a little bit about marketing to women. So who would raise your hand or speak up if you'd like to share, you know, pretend you're talking to some younger people or some men that they want to have more women on their team. What would you recommend as far as how they would approach really powerful, strong women to be leaders for their team? Who wants to share?
Can I say something before that, though?
Of course, Linda.
I'm watching you with the vaporizer and Nicole with the vaporizer, and I am telling you, this is so, you guys, you women rock. But it's like, can you imagine thinking about this, like even 2 months ago, that you would be seeing women doing a vaporizer thing? And this is, I got to tell you, this is the true grassroots movement, pardon the pun. But it is the grassroots movement. And we're beginning today, and there is a huge momentum, a huge wave. They've said this about so many other companies. They really have said this about so many other companies, but this one is the truth. This one is real. And I think with women, you got to, again, listen to where their lives are going and ask them to imagine something, whatever that is. And when you listen to them, you know what is hurting in their life or what is hurting in people's lives that they know. You know, and all I do is, you know, can you imagine just being at ease for just a little while? You know, no matter what's going on around you. And my daughter got online right away with it because she's a food server. And every day she comes across people that aren't so kind. And I know, and I just say, breathe, take a breath. But it's like, take a hit off your vaporizer, girlfriend. Just go out there and do that. And then we can say that, and it's illegal. And I just think it's a rock and roll nation now.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Linda. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, take a puff and relax. It just has a calming effect. It's wonderful. And I would have never imagined that this would be me. Never. Because, you know, I've never, ever in my whole life smoked cigarettes. But there's something very calming and healing about this that I'm loving. So other women, what would you like to say to an audience of men that want to attract people like you into their business? How would they do that?
I'd like to say something.
Yes, please.
So I think this is so perfect because any powerful woman who works for herself is always looking for more residual income. So you just walk up to a woman and say, look, here I have a company not only where you can benefit financially, but you can also benefit by helping other people. Women want to help other people, their families, their friends, the community. If you say that to a woman, they will say, tell me more.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. And that is so true. That's our wiring. That's our nature. That's what we want more of, is to be able to make a difference out there to the people that we love, our friends, our family, our community, and our Mother Earth. Thank you, Debbie. So, Chris, you want to share a little bit? How would someone, what would attract you from someone approaching you with the Canaway opportunity and movement?
Kind of talk about is a good way, in my experience, to approach men, because men like to help women, most men. And so I kind of use the approach of, can I get you to help me with something? And then he might say, well, what would that be? And I'd say, well, I'm kind of doing a test marketing with a new thing I'm doing, and I think it's really going to take off because I'm working with, name someone that they know, if you know someone in their circle of influence, and they've kind of had this experience with it, and I'd like to see if you'd have the same, and I'd like you to look at some of the materials, maybe look at the video or something on my website, and tell me what you think about it before I get too deep into it. And I truly, value your opinion, and so I'd appreciate it if you'd help me out. Do you think you could do that? And then, of course, most men would say, of course, my dear, or, okay. What can I do for you, little lady? Whatever, and then get them to look at the video, or if you're in the city they're in and you have a product, you can let them try the product or whatever, and then get back to them. And that's kind of how I do it. You want to build rapport, and especially with men, you don't want to, a lot of men don't like being pitched by women, and so just, in a way, you need their help. So that's kind of how I approach men.
That is beautiful. So for women, when you want to approach men, Chris gave some great tips on that, because they do want to help, and they, asking for their opinion. So what would it be like? What would be something that would work for a man approaching you, Chris? Because you're, a powerful leader, a very successful woman. What would work for a man approaching you?
Well, like Gregory was very, he wasn't pushy at all. I really don't like to be sold. And Gregory, well, when I saw hemp, I was immediately, my little ears perked up, and I just started thinking about things. Plus, a kind of a funny thing, I just took, there's all these tests on Facebook that you take. What would you be if you did this or whatever? And I took a test to see about left brain, right brain. And I always thought, because I was a writer, I was, this creative person, and I was totally not logical and not left brain at all. And I took this test, and I was 75% left brained. And I was, oh my gosh, how could that be? And then I really got to thinking about it, and I use logical thought more than I do, just jump into something. And so I want to see the value in something, and I want to see that, and especially it's exciting that it's ground floor. And again, the timing is perfect. So I want to be approached with something that no one else has, or very few people have, that's a relevant product and that I can be excited about.
Great. Thank you so much, Chris. And I want to come back and give a little correction here. This is the Beauty Defined salve, and there's going to be, and this, I think I can say this, there's going to be a whole line of Beauty Defined products, and a very powerful anti-aging system, which is a secret family from generations back of royalty. So we're going to have some very, very special, again, as Chris said, things that you won't find anywhere else. So as we're coming towards the end of our time together, so what I'd like to do is open things up, because you guys have so much great wisdom to share. What else would you like to share with our audience about any topic? The floor is yours. Who wants to, do your, yes, Nicole, go for it.
Okay, I wanted to kind of piggyback off of what was just being said. As far as men approaching women, if they want to team up with them to come into their business. Now, because we've had this, this women's lib movement back in the day, and being strong and independent women that can go out and I remember that commercial when I was little, bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan, and and all of that kind of stuff. And now, because we were, my generation was kind of like, we were the latchkey kids. We want to be at home with our children. There are more and more women that I speak with, even if they're not at home yet, they want to be home with their children. And it's almost like I find myself being it's like a therapy session. I want to be at home with my children, and I want to homeschool. I really, really do, but I have to work. I have to make money. And, so a man, if he wanted to approach a woman in regards to this business, is number one, asking her, of course, like what is it that you do? And then asking her if she would like to have more time with her children. Most women that have children do want time. They even if they go to school still, they want to be there for the PTA meetings and the soccer games and the basketball games and the, bring the lunches and stuff like that. And or they just want to be home when their children get home from school and not be tired from a long day at the office or whatever. And now you're trying to, connect with your children and do homework and stuff. They want to be home. But if we can be home and make money at the same time, that's like heaven. That's the Proverbs 31 woman. Every woman wants to do that.
Oh, that's so beautiful, Nicole. You certainly touched a soft spot, and I think for most people to realize that you look at what's really important. Family is if there's children and you want to be home and have quality time and have freedom and the resources to do the things you want to do together. So that's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Who else?
Can I piggyback on Nicole's what you beautifully said here?
Yes.
Home with your children, or home with, I have 3 Shih Tzus. They're my children too, and I have a daughter that's grown. But the thing about home, and it's your sanctuary, and it's a place where your heart is, and it's really important for people to get more settled down, to be able to live the path that they were meant to be on this planet Earth, and that's about love. And there's so many companies out there that say, oh, yeah, you can work from home, and oh, yeah, you'll have more time. And I have been in many of them where you have spent so much time going to these meetings and going to flying here and there to be able to be successful in this particular whatever the company is. And truly, I've never been in a hangout like this. This is incredibly awesome, starting out this way. This is starting out on faith alone. This is, people get ready, the train is coming, and this is the train. And it's about faith, and it's about faith, and it's about thanking the Lord. It is really, truly about that. And you don't have to be going everywhere outside and holding this meeting or that meeting to be able to be successful and share this beautiful word with people. You don't. It's just awesome. This is the truth. This is really the true company.
So that's so beautiful, Linda, and you brought up something that I want to share. To be able to do something from home, like Nicole and Linda talked about, and to develop a lifestyle income, and to have the freedom. And so I want to mention something I didn't mention, and this is a company that works for anyone from any background and any lifestyle. We have young people with the young evolutionaries. We have, more of the mature networkers out there. We've got moms, we've got online marketers, we've got offline marketers, and I do want to say that I am learning because Christopher Husty and our technology department are creating tools that are making our lives so much easier. And it's a point and click. So they're turning us offline marketers into online marketers in a way that can leverage our time, leverage our resources with totally compliant information. It's a point and click, and the world gets to know from us, connected back to us. And I know that I started using the system, and within minutes I had a new person in my business. And I know someone in my team has 15 new people in her business from just using the tools from home. And so we're letting technology be our friend. We're learning about technology. And I do want to say that many of us on this line, a Google Hangout is new for us. We'll all have cameras soon, so you'll be able to see our moving faces, not just photos. And we're learning as fast as we can about technology, especially from the young ones. And I am so grateful to learn and to be supported by the team that this company has put together. And it's put together an amazing team with tremendous background and experience of highly experienced executives. You know, our founder, president, and CEO, Jeff Rogers, has 25 years experience as an owner and CEO in two very fast-growing companies, which is key. And we've got Chris Boucher, the vice president of new product development, who's actually the father of the U.S. hemp movement. And he started growing experimental crops in 1992. And then again, Christopher Hussey, our Chief Technology Officer, he's brilliant. And I am learning so much so fast about how can we use technology to really enhance and accelerate this movement we have. So, you know, we've got the tools to work from home and to be successful in whatever lifestyle you want. So I think we have a few more words from Debbie and Chris before we close up. Dr. Debbie, why don't you go next?
Well, I just want to say one thing about this business, because it's, for women, it's not just residual income, it's not just being your own boss, but it's the best being your own boss, because you have a company that's done it all for you. You don't have to be the CEO. You just have to put out the information. And that is genius.
I love it. Love it. It just makes sharing all that much easier with a point and click. And love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Chris, you have some final words you want to share?
You know, she's very blessed that her family is open to this. A lot of people's families, you know, they've been hit so many times with this MLM or that MLM, and, you know, I always say when they see you coming, they go out the back door or close their blinds or turn off their phone, whatever, because they're afraid you're going to hit them up for something else. But this is so huge, and the point is that don't let anyone steal your dreams. You know, for people that just getting started, or maybe they've failed in network marketing, don't let anyone steal your dreams, because unfortunately, and it's a really odd thing, most people can't even imagine their friends and family not wanting the best for us, but for some reason that's not always true. And our family and friends see us as who they think we are. You're a mechanic, you're a housewife, you know, you work at Walmart, whatever. None of those things are bad, but they say, you know, well, you can't do this. You know, that's a ripoff. Don't do that. And, you know, the problem is that they kind of have a fear of doing something different and something better with their lives. And when they start speaking about it, when people get into a new business and they start speaking about it with their friends and family, they get shot down, and so then they might just say, oh, I'm not going to do this. They're probably right. But maybe people feel threatened or in fear that you'll succeed. And maybe if you do better, they might have to do better. And most people can't handle the thought that you're going to leave them behind and have more than they do. It might be jealousy, selfishness, or fear, but you can't let them pull you down once you've started your move forward and upward. So, you know, hang out with people. You know, they say that the 5 people you hang out with the most, that's how much money you make, that's how much money they make. And if you stay with those people, and that doesn't mean you can't still be their relative or friend, but move up, you move up a level in who you hang out with. You know, there's an old expression, if you want to soar with eagles, you can't hang out with buzzards. You know what I mean? And, you know, and that's not negative. That's just the way it is. But hang out with people that are doing more than you, because then you aspire to be where they are, and then you can move yourself up.
Well, Chris, that was the perfect bridge for what I wanted to say, because it has been, you know, a gift and a blessing for me to be with each one of you tonight, Chris, Dr. Debbie, Linda, Nicole, to share our background, our love, our experience with the Canaway Nation, and with those of you that are here, to learn about the Canaway Nation and the movement that we have here. And the group of women here this evening were brilliant, and I want to thank you. It's been a privilege to get to be with each and every one of you. And so the bottom line is, we have a chance right now, all of us, to get positioned very early. And this is, this buzz launch continues till March 31st. You can enroll for free. You can get one of these two products or a combination right away and lock in your position. Please, for those of you that are visiting, either get yourself signed up right away or get whatever information you need. This is a pre-launch buzz period, which means there's not a tremendous amount. This is a time for early adopters, people that know it, they feel it, they want it, they sign up and they get going. If you're the kind of person who needs a lot more information, then you might want to wait till April 1st when we'll have a lot more information about the details. So whether you're looking for a full-time income or part-time supplementary income, something really serious, replacement income, please take a look. We invite you to take a serious look at Canaway and get all your questions answered, and we're here for you. This is kind of like the 1849 California Gold Rush, but we're actually calling it the Green Rush because this is the 2014 Green Rush movement, and we'd love to have you join it with us and share the great news of Canaway with your friends, your family, your loved ones, your community. And really, we're here to make a difference in our lives personally, in our economy, and for the love of our Mother Earth. So thank you all, everyone, for being with us this evening, and this will complete our Women's Hangout for this evening. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Robin.
My pleasure.